Chief, you had said this earlier as well, that you were ready, the Indian Air Force was ready, and the strike should have happened at that time. Can you take our viewers through what was the situation? Did you make a presentation to the then political leadership, and what was their response?
Navika, whenever a situation arises in a country, whether it be a terrorist strike like the one on 26/11, or there is a natural disaster or something, the moment the Air Force comes to know about it, without any instructions from anyone, preparations are started and consultations in the operations directorate take place to determine what likely actions we would be given to undertake if the government decided to go ahead. And it was soon after this attack that our preparations had started, that this is a terrible, terrible attack. We've lost, I think, almost about 170 people. And I'm sure that the government would ask us to take some kind of action. At that stage, we didn't know whether it would be the Air Force, Army, or whoever. But we were quite sure, and as Air Force men, we prepared our own alternatives. And then... now coming to your question, yes, I think it was the third or fourth day after the attack that we were called into the Prime Minister's office, the three chiefs, and of course many others who were related, who were involved in this. And we were asked as to what kind of options we have to launch a retaliatory strike, a precision strike. And we gave out our options. The Air Force gave out our options, gave the options out, and said that we will be ready to undertake the strike if asked in the next 18 to 24 hours. That's it. Now, my mandate as the chief then was to give all options possible to the government, and it was left to them to decide which one to accept or not accept.
Chief, at that time, who all were present in the room? You said it was the Prime Minister's office. The three chiefs of the armed forces were present. The Defense Minister, the Home Minister, the National Security Advisor, I think M.K. Narayanan at that time. Other than these, were there other people in the meeting as well?
Navika, I don't recollect who, but what you said is correct. The NSA was there. The Defense Minister, I don't know if the Home Minister was there. I don't recollect. And of course, some staff from the PMO who were, involved in these kind of things. Yes, that was the composition of that meeting.
What were you told when you offered that within 18 to 24 hours you would be ready? Was there a response from the other side?
No.
Nothing at all?
There was no response. And in such matters, whenever you put forward an option or a proposal, our mandate ends there. And then it is left to them to let us know. And once this was done, when we went back, we kept those plans active. Actually, we did it very quietly on a totally need-to-know basis, and only the people and forces which were involved would get involved in this operation were informed. But we maintained this readiness for quite a long period.
How long?
I think almost about 10-15 days.
And there was no return phone call, there was no return message, no NSA calling you, no Defense Minister calling you?
There were a couple of iterations between the NSA, the chiefs, etc. But that's it. But there was no positive indication given whether to go ahead or not.
Was it the decided view of all the three chiefs that retaliation was the need of the hour?
You see, the Army and Navy time frames were different naturally because I don't know, I may be absolutely wrong, but this is pure speculation. Because the only thing we were asked was, in case there is escalation if we did a thing like this. What was the way ahead? And I said that as far as the Air Force is concerned, whenever a plan like this is formulated and we sit down and plan it, we always factor in the escalation ladder. And we know up to what stage we can go in case it accelerates. I mean, the situation, accelerates more than just the plane strike which was planned. Of course, it was given.
And for 2 weeks, there was no comeback, no discussion on this, because you served till May of 2009. Was this issue ever revisited? Any discussion on this, on retaliation, on retribution, anything that ever came up in any meeting?
No, not at all.
So no interest?
Not that, I don't know, interest or whatever their thinking process was, but no more discussions happened after.